Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Dan, the Mold Man Smith, heading to another mold inspection job today. And I just want to talk to you all about, I believe it would be like the industry that no one knows about. And we're going to talk about mold. So let's talk about mold today. And how more and more people are becoming cautious about it, and trying to figure out what is their best options, simply because there's not a lot of, in my opinion, true information out there. So what happens is that a person finds mold in their home, and then they go online and they hear about black mold. So they eventually call and say, hey, I have black mold in my house. And black mold is a term for a certain type of species, not the color of it. Majority of your molds may look black, may look brown, may be green, red. It all depends on the food source. So in order for us to determine if it is black mold, which can produce toxic spores and mycotoxins, that species or that surface have to be tested, sent to the lab, so that we can determine if it is black mold or not. Then we can go ahead and address it. A lot of people will ask, well, if we know that it's mold, can't we just treat it no matter what it is? And yes, that is true. But at the end of the day, the person who's doing the cleaning, the remediation company, we want to protect their guys, because when you're talking about a certain species of mold and how it releases spores and if it can produce toxins, these people have to wear a certain type of PPE to make sure that they are protecting themselves. So it's not just because we know that it is and it needs to be clean. It's a little bit more than that. You know, it's about protection for the air quality. Say, for instance, if you don't test the air and somebody goes in there and they clean it, and then 2 months after they've done the cleaning, they're coughing, they're sneezing, they're having allergy type symptoms, and no one knows why. Well, the mold was remediated, but what about taking air samples inside of the house? What about doing pre and post testing? Did anybody address the air conditioning system that should have been cleaned? So all these factors go into place when we're talking about mold and testing and remediation, and it behooves you to get all these services done. And again, a lot of people don't understand. A lot of sites may not tell you this. So as the end user or the homeowner, the client, you just don't understand it. So I am actively putting great information out there to help individuals to understand about mold, to understand what is needed, and just to be open and honest with you all, about what it entails. Because I don't want you to have to go through weeks, months, years of trying to get a certain person to be liable when the information wasn't given to you so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. So no matter the size of the water leak, no matter what restoration company is telling you about mold in your house or in your crawl space, it is going to serve you best to hire someone like myself that has years, experience, knowledge, training to understand about mold and the remediation process, simply because you do not want a company telling you that everything is clean without having any type of documentation. Yes, mold, the industry is not regulated, but again, there is enough data, there is enough statistics to tell a client what should and what shouldn't be. And the restoration company should be more than willing to help you in this situation when it comes to it. So I get it. There's not a lot of information out there, but for the most part, the best thing for you to do is to hire a certified mold inspector, someone who can come in and identify the issues from the surface as well as in the air, so that when they write the protocol addresses all issues. And plus, what we do is that we work with the clients in regards to the protocol. We tell them, hey, air samples are high, your couch needs to be clean. That needs to be part of the remediation plan. If we don't let our clients know, and after everything is cleaned and the restoration company did not clean the couch, they can be exposed to mold spores. So all these things play into factor. Do not think that a simple water leak or a restoration company telling you that the little bit of mold is not going to affect you. That's not all the way true. It just all depends. And to serve you best, to spend your money wisely, is to hire a certified mold inspector to assist you into determining what is the best course of action for the restoration companies. A lot of restoration companies do not like that, do not want you to hire a third-party company simply because they don't want to take ownership. And I think that's the unregulated part in our industry that have not been addressed yet. But again, this information that I'm giving to you doesn't mean that I won't work with the restoration company. It means that you have somebody that is protecting you in the case of, when the restoration or when the remediation is complete. How do you know it's complete? How do you know that everything is dry? You can talk to many clients, especially my clients. My clients will tell you the difference of hiring someone like myself compared to not hiring somebody. Finding stuff that the restoration company forgot. Doing things that they wasn't supposed to do. Cutting out stuff that they wasn't supposed to do. I see this all the time. All the time. Selling services that doesn't need to be sold. I mean, it's my industry. I've been doing this for 18 years, and next week Smith Environmental will be in its 13th year being incorporated. I'm excited about that. That's a very high mile marker for a single business owner. I'm blessed. I'm thankful. Not too many business owners can say that. And as I reflect over the years, I've worked with 200 to 300 clients a year, just whether I'm talking to them, whether I'm assisting them, whether they hire me to do a service, just all over the board, from residential to commercial to industrial to medical to education to cars, RVs. I've done it all. So I just want you all to be aware of what a certified mold inspector can do for you and your home. I mean, even to a home inspector. A home inspector is not a certified mold inspector. Yes, anyone can collect an air sample, but this person is not going to be able to interpret the data for you to perform an effective inspection of your house. It's almost like going to a doctor and saying, hey, I have cancer, I want you to take it out. And the doctor said, well, I'm gonna have to look at your body and see where it is. And you say, no, I know where it is. Just take it out. He's not going to perform that service for you because it's going to be malpractice, because how does he know as a professional what he's checking for? So if a home inspector is offering you, hey, I can take air samples and see and test for mold without doing a proper inspection, they're not doing you any service and get into the root cause. Because people that have dealt or that's dealing with mold they just don't need testing. They need other services. They need somebody to identify it, to find it, to know the source, everything. Is my air quality bad? Is this going to tear my house? How are my sons or my daughter, how my family's going to feel? And if you can't offer that service, then again, they're not doing you any justice. So I hope that this message reach as many people as they can. And if you are dealing with a remediation, which a lot of people are, because you got I know in the Charlotte area, there are at least 50 to 60 restoration companies that specialize in mold. So I know that people are out here dealing with this problem. So if you are in communication because there has been a water leak in your home, I advise you to give us a call so that we can stand by you and help you through this process, because a lot of times it's not explained to you about running dehumidifiers, running air scrubbers, using equipment, sealing off your rooms. You won't be able to stay in your house for a certain amount of time. And what happens when they tell you it's going to be 4 or 5 days and it end up being 2 weeks and you're displaced, and no one explains that to you. But when you have someone by your side that writes a protocol, hey, this job is supposed to take 7 days, maybe 10 days, because of the finished product and us coming out and testing it, getting the results. Somebody to be honest with you so that you know. And if the restoration company doesn't finish in that amount of time, then there should be some type of compensation to the client. So having someone like myself on your team in this process, I believe, will give you a better peace of mind in hiring the right restoration company to do the work. And there are some great restoration companies out here. So I just want to make sure that my client base is being provided with the right information, have the chance, and just get my name out there. Please pass this video along, because there's a lot of people that just don't know. So again, my name is Dan the Mold Man Smith. We are the company that's bringing a solution to the pollution, creating healthy, happy homes. You all have a blessed day.